What's up everybody, and welcome to another Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Theory video. So there's been more and more information coming out like every day. I mean, more videos, more hacks, more things to learn. And with more information always comes more questions, more theories, and obviously no answers. It's classic FNAF. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the retro CDs, my new theory, and maybe disproving my old theory. But before I get into it, let me know what you guys think about the game. Let me know what you guys thought about the past videos. What's your favorite part of the game? Maybe your favorite theory, a theory that you have on your own. Don't forget to like the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, talk more about FNAF, and you know, just keep enjoying it. I mean, honestly, the initial thought about this game was like, it's not that good. Now it's like full-blown, totally lore-based. Forget that the game lags a little bit. There's so much to go into. Now, before I get into the retro CDs, and for those who don't know about retro CDs, the retro CDs are hidden tapes found essentially in post-game once you have Roxy's eyes. They talk about, it's a therapist talking to two different patients, patient 71 and patient 46. Patient 71 is confirmed to be Vanessa. Not only is she stating her name, you can see in the subtitles when she talks, her name is Vanessa. Patient 46 actually never says anything. It's always a one-way conversation. The main thing is that Vanessa and this other patient seem to be like polar opposites. So this could mean something. It could mean a completely different person. It could mean bipolar, split personalities. Who knows? But I'm going to get into that a little bit after my throwaway theory here. So my throwaway theory, or maybe a very commonplace theory, I think Glamrock Freddy is Michael Afton's soul. I think it's Michael Afton. Now, the reason why I think it is because Glamrock Freddy seems to be alive. He seems to show remorse. I mean, every main animatronic is alive in this game. Roxy seems to have depression or like a very low self-image of her, and she's always trying to like, you're the best, and she cries after you take her eyes. All these characters seem to have their own life and personality. However, Freddy seems to have like the most important thing, like caring. He seems to be someone different. We know Michael Afton didn't like his father and didn't want to be like him, and I think that's why he doesn't follow the orders that were given. Okay, he was told that he's supposed to bring Gregory, but he didn't do that. The rest of them are being controlled, and Freddy says this as you're going for the burn trap ending, or right before the burn trap fight. He goes, oh, I remember this place. This is where she first took me. My friends are not my friends right now. They're being controlled. Somehow he's not being controlled. It's probably because he's an Afton. He can't get easily controlled. On the counter of that, he's able to get controlled from burn trap or spring trap, whatever you want to call him in this game. That's why Freddy can kill you in that fight. You leave Afton alone enough, he takes control over Freddy. Why does he have this connection? Why can he only take over Glamrock Freddy? It's probably because he's an Afton and he shares the same blood, and it's easier for him to take control of that person. It's different from Vanny getting infected from Glitch Trap when Afton is directly taking over Glamrock Freddy. That's my throwaway theory on that. Let me know what you guys think about that. But let's go into my favorite part. The retro CDs. So there are 16 retro CDs in this game. Basic information that we have about this is besides that patient 46 and patient 71 are the only two patients, and that there are 5 different therapists. Vanessa is confirmed to be Ness from the emails of Five Nights at Freddy's AR special delivery. In addition, Lewis is mentioned in CD1. Vanessa seems to be very dedicated to her work and following instructions, and she purchased fake fur material, which is presumably for her to create the Vanny costume. Other than that, she's been having a talk with an unknown individual in an encrypted conversation, and that's during work hours. Client 46, they seem to be a bit introverted, but they're very good with computers, seem to be doing something with glitching, talking to somebody with rapid ears, and were shown to be communicating through encrypted messages. However, 46 seems to be the manipulator according to a therapist, while Vanessa seems to be the one being manipulated. Alright, so now that we got the basic information of the CDs out, each character talks 8 times in their CDs. It's not evens or only one character. It's just progression of time that has happened since Five Nights at Freddy's AR and what's going on with these two characters. First, the main thing I got out of this was that Vanessa's dad's name is Bill. Obviously, this could allude to William, aka William Afton, and she does freak out after hearing that name when Therapist 2 brings it up. However, her past seems more in line with Baby's past. And the reason why I'm bringing up Baby is because of this. There's a good chance that Vanny is Elizabeth Afton, using Vanessa's form. So this goes back kind of to the books. It's more of a MatPat game theory thing. If you read the books, you know that Baby, aka Circus Baby, aka Elizabeth Afton, has the ability, or had the ability, to copy someone's appearance. She did that for Charlie in the books. Now, the past you hear about this character, this other patient, seems to align with Elizabeth Afton. It has a mother suicide, a terrible past, and a controlling father. Oh, you know, I have to be as good as him. Remember, Elizabeth wants to always be the good girl and appease to her father. And this just kind of ties one of these characters together. So, we don't know if Vanessa's past is getting mixed up with it, or if she had something similar to it. Another thing is, Vanessa doesn't know why therapists change. She mentions this in CD3, when this same therapist who brought up the father's name and looking back in the past, she was never informed or why their other therapist left. Usually a therapist is like, hey, I'm leaving. They're very in touch with their clients, and they'll let them know if they're, leaving workplace, found another job or something like that, because obviously patients and clients, they form a bond with their therapist. Talk in CD4, or anytime they kind of talk to patient 46, this made me think they were talking to somebody immature or childlike, because you can hear the way they sound, the way they talk. It's like talking to a child. They're like, you're a phenom with a computer. You know what a phenom is? Or they're calling you a hacker. Do you know what a hacker is? It's like talking to like a 5 or a 6-year-old, which is oddly strange if, this is somebody employed and working with the company. Why are they talking to them like they don't understand these things? CD5 kind of goes to my old theory. I said in my old theory that one of my theories was that Vanessa is Gregory's mother. Now, I'm not talking about that main one. I'm talking about the idea that Glitchtrap was able to go into Vanessa's mind and her personal files and kind of alter her past and learn about her. CD5 proves this with Glitchtrap going into Vanessa's personal files and learning about her so they can block out key information about their life to help them assimilate better, aka to take over easier. She can't remember when she was in the IT department, even though it's confirmed that was her. Like, she goes, I'm not good with computers. Then why were you in the IT department? Like, these are small things that just don't seem to, like, add up to her past. It doesn't work. Also, the information of her past is not accessible on the computers anymore. That's, kind of a big thing. They're hacking into your personal files. These are the same files I have here. They're full details about your life. Do you know what that means, says the therapist. Glitchtrap is able to get in there. By the time they got into the files, it was already too late, is what I'm trying to get at. This kind of just shows that she's becoming more under his control. And at the end of CD5, she goes, lots of people know more than I do. Sometimes I need to listen. That just shows that she's like, oh, now I have to. She's starting to listen to that voice in her head. She was trying to block it out earlier, and now she's listening to it. She's slow. And what you're going to see in the next CD, she's going to purchase a costume of rabbit fur. She's starting to become this, she's starting to become Vanny. Now, my guess and what I'm saying, where I've been leading up to, is that patient 46 might be Afton's daughter, Elizabeth. Though we're led to believe that she passed on with her brother at the pizzeria simulator. So are these from the past, or this is going on? Because should be closer to Security Breach and AR, and that all this stuff at Pizzeria Simulator already happened. Remember, I already said that her purpose is she wants to make her dad proud and follow in his footsteps, even, claiming to become a murderer for it. There is a chance that these books are just an alternate universe because the Charlie, Elizabeth, they killed themselves. Well, Charlie took over the body one more time and stabbed herself so Elizabeth wouldn't live her life, kind of thing. It's just showing that there's a possibility that Baby's here and copied Vanessa's form, because there's a lot of things that are inexplainable or unexplainable without there being two Vanessas or Vannys, especially the 2-star ending. However, we'll get into that at the end of this video. CD7 seems to be that Vanessa liked candy the last time she was there, and now she doesn't. It's very confusing because the phrase, or as the therapist writes, she goes, "It's butterscotch today," she says. Makes it seem like Vanessa usually takes the candy from the therapist, and the therapist is just letting her know today's flavor or the variety. But Vanessa doesn't want it. It's just strange. If you know Vanessa doesn't need candy, why would you offer it? You're a therapist. And yes, while it is a new therapist in in Retro CD7, it is not the first time with that new therapist. So it's the third therapist. So the third therapist that we know of, but it is not their first session of them together. Next, CD11 is what I want to go over there. You can kind of see that Glitchtrap's influence is greater now as time has passed, but oddly enough, she still seems to have father issues. So if we look at CD11, we see Vanessa looking outside. She enjoys being outside. Alright? But this is the beginning of her creating the costume. Or the costume was already made. And the therapist brings it up. And Vanessa is kind of very, she's dodging the question, you know? She's very aloof about it. So, I can't talk about it. He said he would always be watching. He could be here or there or anywhere in between. And by here, probably listening in her mind. There could be anywhere. In between, that means the computer's between them. There could be in the camera watching their office, watching this therapy session. She is fully scared and afraid. And then she goes, "Are you talking about your dad? Have those feelings come up again?" You know? And it's like, is William Afton her dad? Again, unlikely, but the thing is though, her fear could be associated with her past fear of her own father. Or she could think of Glitchtrap as her dad now because of how much she has been infected. There's just so many ways we could take CD11, but it just shows that CD is one of the more important ones out there. CD12, Vanessa is transferring. And she's needed somewhere else now. And guess what? The rabbit suit seems to be complete here. This probably ties to the in-game note when she got the job, the head security job at Security Breach or the Pizzaplex. Now, is Vanny the baby Elizabeth theory true? I mean, it's similar, and it could be possible due to the Charlie thing, but does it explain why? Does it also explain the different therapists? Because it would make sense baby keeps killing the therapist because they're getting closer and closer to the truth. Especially Therapist 5. The final therapist knows the most, or seems to understand the most. And the closer they get, the sooner baby Vanessa Vanny kills the therapist. Because it just works out. Because she doesn't care. She's already murdered before. And it's a natural thing for her. She's very manipulative. Childlike. Trying to be innocent, but at the same time, dark and deceptive. CD14 shows that shows that something seems to appear. It was you on camera who got caught. Remember, CD14 has to do with patient 46. If I never mentioned Vanessa, obviously it's not her. Patient 46 was caught on camera messing with animatronics. At this time, Vanessa was already working at the Pizzaplex. Patient 46 is now making their move, or is doing things at the Pizzaplex that, you know, were never done before, or was never done before. Could this be Glitchtrap or Afton's physical work setting up for Vanessa? Is this person working with them? So Springtrap has two people under his control, or has someone else, and this is someone who's good with animatronics and tech. Meanwhile, Vanessa is slowly getting acclimated to becoming Vanny. That much isn't clear. But what I would question us is, if this was someone who looked like Vanessa, it wouldn't really matter too much, because therapists, they could tell. Even if people look the same, they know everyone is different. They never blame Vanessa for these things. And that goes to show that it could probably not be Vanessa, or they know that there's another, let's just say, blonde woman working there who might look like her. Because guess what? The workers, the IT and the animatronic workers know who this person is. In addition, remember, Glitchtrap doesn't have 100% control over Vanessa, and she, quote, stated she isn't good with computers, which is a bit of a lie, but she might mean more of handiwork kind of things. Like, she could be really good at software programming, but she might be not good at physical work. But however, Patient 46 seems to be a software and hacking master. CD15 confirms there are two Vanessa types or CD15, they treat Vanessa differently when she has that personality, because if we remember, Vanessa never took a blood test. I mean, an ink blood test before CD7. But in CD15, she goes, we have some ink blood tests on file. We know when the ink blood test was. We know when it happened. It happened 8 CDs ago. But CD15 also claims that number 46 is the manipulator, meaning this could be Vanessa when she is taking over from Glitchtrap, aka Vanny. So this could be two sides of the same thing. She might not know, because of her split personality, what she does. She could be messaging herself. This split personality thing. She could be living as a different identity because of this. And these encrypted emails are again, encrypted messages and emails are brought up again. And they're ironically, they could be sent from herself to be read when she becomes Vanessa again instead of Vanny. CD16 all but confirms they are both now at the Pizzaplex, both of these people. It seems Springtrap and Vanessa were working together, but when the text chased the source back to her, the source moved, showing Glitchtrap is alive. He's a sentient being in a computer, and he was able to move, showing that obviously that he's also at the Pizzaplex. It seems that Baby may have told her past for Vanessa in this point as well, because when Vanessa's past actually was really good. Therapist 5 sees right through this, and she says, you've had a good life. Your father didn't do these things. Why did you lie? But she can't prove the connection because she doesn't know. She doesn't know that there may be a disguised Vanessa or somebody who looks similar to her. Because again, it's a new therapist. Anytime anybody gets close to the truth, they just magically disappear. Now, anyone who doesn't believe, now I have one last evidence for there could be two Vanessa types, obviously besides the MVP ending, the VIP ending, when you escape through the top with the fire, and then, Vanny dying with the Vanessa security guard looking above from the roof. This could prove that this could be a separated twin sister, because if you find, once you go to the Sun and Moon's house, above the ball pit, there's a treasure chest there with a arcade of Balloon Boy. You get this message. It's called the Arcade Conspiracy. Exit interview. They are working together. The arcades. They are hiding something. The glitches. Glitch them all at the same time. Then the princess will recognize me. She's testing me. I am not yet worthy. The others are protecting it. Let me stay. I am so close. Just one more night, please. I can save the princess. We know the princess is confirmed to be Vanessa, as we went through Princess Quest, and we already know what happened to the princess. We already know the story of it. So this person is trying to help that person, so they know of it. Now, it could be Lewis, it could be, it could be anybody. Or it could be Vanessa herself, trying to stop This just shows that somebody knows that there's something wrong with the princess, and they know that the only way to save her is somehow using these arcade machines. And it just shows that there are other people trying to save her. Something else I do want to mention that I'm not going to fully go into is kind of Vanny's hacking ability and the effect it has. Now, in the CDs, they do mention that the images are distorted. They couldn't get a clear picture of this person. Vanny is known to essentially kind of hack you. And that makes us think, is Gregory a animatronic? But if these have been happening in real life occurrences with other electronics, then it more than likely shows Gregory might be an animatronic, or he could be put back together, or he was put back together and he has the soul of someone else, and he's from that basement, which is why Vanny or Vanessa want to get him so badly. He might be from the basement himself, or she just, Vanny has that effect on any being or anything near around it. These are all possible things. Like, he could be the headless child, the soul of it, have the soul of him, or not the soul of it, like the body or the mind of him, and not the actual soul. So that's why he has no parents for it. It's just, there is something there with Gregory that we don't know if he's an animatronic, or if it's more of Vanny/Baby has this ability to kind of short circuit cameras and other mechanical beings, because not only did she have, she created the glitch, she's taking control over all the staff bots, but it's shown in the CDs that they could never get a clear picture of her because of all these kind of, let's just say, static, fuzzy images. Now, my counter to this, the fact that there's not two Vanessas, I think it's a split personality, is that recently a hack came out, or people have been hacking the game, and they found a gallery in the game. The gallery shows every character. And guess what? For every character model, each has their own character model for every single character in the game, right? There's actually an unseen character model in the game with one of the map guys kind of destroyed. He's like a construction guy. He's got like yellow in it. However, there's only one Vanessa model and there's only one Vanny model. There are not two Vanessas. So for the people who thought that in the Vanny gallery, especially on the Vanny gallery on the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza fandom wiki, there's a picture of Vanessa with yellow eyes. Some people were like, oh, Vanny's got yellow eyes, Vanessa has green eyes, as obviously we can tell from the toy and from when she first catches you. However, this has been shown not only to be like a lighting thing, you know, obviously when the flashlight was on her, her eyes are green, usually when they're off they're yellow, but there were not two Vanessa models in there. There was just one green-eyed Vanessa. If there were two, we would have seen a yellow-eyed Vanny and a green-eyed Vanessa, because people were thinking that Vanessa was replaced after the first time you get caught, and Vanny is the one who interrogated Freddy and threatened him in Parts and Services. So I don't think there is a twin, or even the Elizabeth one, that much. I think it's more of a split personality thing, but because of Glitchtrap taking over her mind, and she doesn't know what she does when she's Vanny. She could be just sending these messages herself, and then listening to Glitchtrap throughout the day. Essentially, Vanny has full control and power, you know, let's just say at night. Vanessa, who tries to fight these things, has Glitchtrap invading her mind. So it's essentially like having 1.75 Glitchtrap Vanny and 0.25 Vanessa. I don't know, but these are all just theories. A game theory. a FNAF theory. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know how wrong you think I am and how crazy I am. But also, let me know if you agree with some of it. Peace, homies.